guys, welcome back to the Gamers Vault. I am your host James. Today we're not doing the RetroPie, I suppose. We're going to be doing RECAL Box. RECAL Box is an alternative to RetroPie, and it has a couple of good pros and cons. More cons than there is pros, but I wouldn't be a bias about it. You know, I mean, it's either or. So this is the latest version. It has a power switch dedicated through GPIO boards, or GPIO, which is Raspberry Pi. And it has a couple of good things here. This is the latest version of 4.0, and it was released on November 26th. The first thing I'm going to do, of course, is... Now, as you noticed, I didn't have to use Win32, and the reason why is because RECAL Box doesn't do that. It has its own instructions on it, and this is what it looks like. It tells you what to download and all that stuff. For Linux, for Mac, and for Pi. You can do this for noobs or whatever you may be. It doesn't matter. What you're going to do is, I'm going to bring it up here so you guys can see it. You're going to go down to where it's at, and this is where my card is. And you're going to freaking select, where is it? I'm sorry guys. I don't do this too often with the RECAL Box or RetroPie, whatever. I don't do it too often to that. Either way, I'm gonna show you how to get these. Either way, there you go, select all. And literally, you're gonna go from here to here. And it's gonna download it right in there. Boom. That's how easy it is. I'm gonna show you so you can see the download. Boom. That's how easy it is to get RECAL Box in here. It's literally a drag and drop to the SD card. It still works on SD cards. You can do 16, 32, 64, but it still goes right in. That's just perfect. That's the way I see it. Once that is done, you're going to be good to go. But I'm going to tell you what the website you go to. For RECAL Box, you go to recalbox.com, click on DIY, and then go downward to the GitHub. And boom. You run into the GitHub. See? Once this is done, I'm going to show you what it looks like as far as the boot sequence goes for the Raspberry Pi, and you're going to be able to see that through my Delta capture card again. So, I'll be right back. Now that you've seen that this was recorded and it's perfectly fine, I'm going to now show you what RECAL Box is. So this is the interface for RECAL Box, which is completely different from RetroPie, and I'm going to show you a couple of things about it. So, as you can see, it has games in it pre-installed. These are not games that I just popped in here. And I'm going to show you a little bit of them so you can take a look. See, these are games that are not well known. It just, someone made it and they put it on here just to show you. Now, I'm using the NES30, and the only way I can do it is with a Bluetooth dongle. Unfortunately, the Bluetooth that's built into the Raspberry Pi, they haven't released a, I'm talking about RECAL Box, not Raspberry. RECAL Box hasn't released any like friendliness with the Bluetooth that's built into the Raspberry Pi, so you have to use a Bluetooth dongle, which is not so bad. So I'll use the NES30 after it's paired, and you can do that by putting start, and going down to controllers here. There's going to be a delay because of the obvious reason of my Elgato capture card. Now you select it. And then you can go here to pair controllers. I'm not going to do it because, for obvious reasons, it's already been done, but I will show you that it is connected using the NES30. See? Bluetooth wireless. So there you go. So it does know that it does see it with the Bluetooth dongle. And you can find those on eBay, mostly, or Amazon. One of the others, just put Raspberry Pi, Bluetooth dongle, so that way it'll work with RECAL Box. Now that that's complete, we're going to get out of here. And I'm going to show you how to add ROMs to RECAL Box. And how you do this is two ways. One, you can go back into the menu, which I should have gotten onto there, and go down to network settings. Okay. Once network settings comes up, you can do it two ways. You can do it wired, which is what I have connected now, or wireless. I haven't tried the wireless for a Raspberry Pi to see if it's compatible. Forgive me, so I don't know if it is or isn't. And if it is, you guys can comment down below if you haven't tried this before. I'm also going to add the links to RECAL Box so you guys can see it yourselves. So you guys can go there and see yourself. And I'll give you a link for the Bluetooth dongle that I recommend to use at RECAL Box. Now we're going to go back out, and I'm going to show you a little bit differently. Now you can use two ways to get to RECAL Box. You can call it up through your computer on Chrome or whatever you use through the IP address. You can do that. Or you can do / recall box. And you'll be able to go to a beautiful graphic menu. I'm going to show you what it looks like now. So here's the menu that I have when I put it in here. It tells you what amounts your system resources. It gives you some logs if it crashed. Virtual gamepads for anything like I think that's some gamepads you can use with your cell phones, whatever. Manage ROMs for emulated systems, and we'll show you that in a minute. And of course, BIOSes. BIOSes are used for like PlayStation stuff, so you can add BIOSes to it. When you click on it, it tells you what BIOSes are already on there. 32X, MSX, PlayStation has its own BIOS, the Famicom disk system. So you can see that RECAL Box has a lot of BIOSes for it, which is pretty cool. Comes pre-installed by RECAL Box. Now, click on ROMs. So as we click on ROMs, you're going to notice, I'm sorry, this is a little too big. You're going to notice it has a couple of different folders here. Atari 2600, ST, I don't know what Cave Story is, I think it's a basic game. Game Gear, Game Boy, it tells you what it has as far as the system goes. So Moonlight is a completely different system, which I'll cover later on in this series, but Moonlight's there. Nintendo, N64, Pocket, PlayStation, Sega CD, Sega 32X, Virtual Boy, Super Nintendo. So it has a couple of good systems on here, you know. I think there's a TurboGrafx. Let me see. Yeah, TurboGrafx is PC Engine, and that's what we have: PC Engine CD and PC Engine. So it's pretty cool. So this is what RECAL Box is. It gives you a beautiful system, and these ROMs are really like these emulators in here are really good, as opposed to RetroPie, where you can just like kind of like beta test the ROMs, and it's always they're always working on it. Anyway, let's go back to RECAL Box. Now that you have your ROMs installed, you can always go to any one of them. As you can see, there's a couple of them here. You can even have Doom in here. Look at this, guys. Let me go back a little bit. Look, there's Doom. Tells you what year it come out. I love the way it looks. It's so beautiful. And I have it low right now, but RECAL Box has music that plays in the background when it loads up. And I'll put it back up for you guys right now so you guys can see it. Let me just move my right here, and I'll see if I can get it back up. We're gonna load it up. Give it a second. Like I said, I'm using Elgato, so it goes phases in and out. So according to that, see, if you notice, that's the worst thing about RECAL Box. It has Kodi, but it has Kodi 15.2, and that's the reason why I'm not really jumping to install RECAL Box, is because of the fact that it has Kodi, but it has the older version of Kodi. And also, another thing that I want to show you guys, go back. Sorry guys, this is the first time, as you can see, I used it, so it's going to be hard for me to use. So it even tells you, why don't you go to 16, because using 15.2 is stable, but we got the better one that's out. So why don't you use that? See, that's the thing about RECAL Box. I haven't figured out how to update Kodi on it. And that's the only thing that pushes me from RECAL Box, is because Kodi's too old. 15, we're up almost 17 for Kodi. 17. So that's the only bad side. And I wish people from RECAL Box will see this, because they really need to update this software. Go back. Guys, I apologize. Again, I haven't used the controller for this. There we go. So as you can see, it definitely is there, and it tells you about the latest Kodi at the bottom. So right now, this is what RECAL Box is. Now, at the end of the day, once you're done, you can go ahead and use the closing. You can close it out at the bottom there. I'm not going to go through it. But you see how it is. RECAL Box is great. It has a couple of good ROMs. Good emulators. It even has a stable N64 that works with most games. But the home entertainment portion of it is a little old. I wish they could update it. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed this session of RECAL Box and how it looks on our Raspberry Pi. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like it, please subscribe. Also hit that little bell so that way you get the updated video episodes that I do put out. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you have a suggestion about repairing an old console or like repairing any electronics, let me know. If I can do it, I'll put it on the show so you guys can see it. Either way, guys, thank you for watching, and I always appreciate it. Thank you for watching The Gamer's Vault. Happy New Year.